Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Long time no see my friends, I was especially busy with anything other than my Wasp Nest project, but I have managed to put something together and present it to you. So, on today's episode, what are we going to see? I don't even remember which part of our Wasp Nest project we are about, but we will going to see the painting and the tracks installation on our T34. A few words about it first. I'm really sorry that it took me so long to give you guys an update, but I wanted to set up a painting station to my garage, so I will be able to airbrush paint my projects from now on. So in order for me to do that, I needed to free some space in the garage, do some work here and there in the garage again, take care of some things and set up the painting stage. I will give you a tour of my painting stage in the future whenever I will take care of some minor adjustments that I have in mind, because it is almost 70% complete. Anyway, I was able to spray paint my first project for the first time. I have to practice a lot. I am far from, an experienced guy, but I am really happy with the results. So, without further ado, I don't want to bore you guys any longer. Make yourselves comfortable, crack yourselves the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, whatever you prefer, and let's see what me and Past George have managed to collect for you in this episode. Well guys, welcome back. Looks like we are on to part number 6 of our Wasp Nest project. So, since the last time you have seen the T34 at least, I have done almost nothing to it. The only thing that I have done was to remove the rubber from the second tire, from the second wheel over here. Due to fire, of course, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about removing it, and I have made the decision to remove it. Apart that, nothing else is done. Now, normally, if it was a normal build, I would continue with painting the the lower hull and the wheels so I can attach the tracks. But this is no ordinary build. In order for me to attach the tracks, I will need them to be even to conform to the ground. So, in order for the tracks to conform onto the ground, I will need to make some groundwork. I will need to make some adjustments to the blue foam base. So this is the thing that we are about to do right now. I will cut the blue foam to shape, to give it more shape, so the tank is more, adjusted onto the surface, if that made sense. I will do that off camera, of course, and I am going to be back to show you exactly what happened. Well, guys, I am back. For you, it must be mere moments. For me, it's almost 2.5 weeks that I have seated on this bench and worked on something life and work, and women wasn't so easy with me, so I had no time, but in between small breaks I have managed to do several stuff. I have mainly managed to make my own paint station, use for the first time my airbrush and paint the T34, as you can see. As about the paint station, I will give you a tool whenever I will finalize its appearance, mainly because I am ashamed of its appearance right now, but anyway. So a tool will become when I will finalize it and tidy it up. It is located in my garage, which means that I can paint in specific times of day and in specific weather conditions. Anyway, apart that, the only thing that I have done on the T34 is just to paint it, as you can see. Not finalize the painting stage, but give it the camo scheme and 70% of its appearance. And I say it is 70% complete because I will need to apply, battle damage, fire damage, weathering, and etc. The final stage, the usual stages we do in our tanks. Now, let me first of all give you a closer look. Let's remove the base, which I have done nothing apart, using it as a test bed for my airbrush. That's why you see all these colors anyway. So here it is. Okay, it is not perfect. Keep in mind that this was my first time airbrushing stuff. Okay, it has some spatters over here that I'm going to take care. It's looking a little bit weird over here. I am going to take care of it as well, but I am relatively happy with the looks. Now, what exactly I have done with it. The first stage that I did, since you have seen it, is to give it a coat of primer, Vallejo primer. I don't have it with me right now. I am going to take a photo, the usual Vallejo gray primer, and I am going to add it to the screen, the photo. It was quite difficult because primer was gray and the object is gray, so you never know if you have even coverage. Okay, it was also difficult because I was a little bit stupid and I had the 0.3 needle on my airbrush. Sorry guys, as I've said, I was priming the thing with the 0.3 needle, and I later realized that I had that needle on my airbrush. Anyway, I then gave it a coat of Russian 4BO and 3B. I will also add a photo of those two colors in the screen, somewhere in the screen. This time I have done it right. I have used the 0.8 needle, spray painted everything. Then I was toying with the idea of using blue tack to mask it, so I could apply this camouflage. Of course, and I have chosen this camouflage because I didn't want to do a usual, Russian green T34, so I opted for this camo scheme, which you don't usually see. And as I've said, I was toying with the idea to to use blue tack to mask, so I could apply the camo. But then I said, fudge it, let's go berserk and let's try freehand, because that's the only way I am going to learn, quote unquote, to learn. So it was a good practice. I learned that I will need to practice even more, to be more precise with my airbrush, because the more you pull back the trigger, it is a double action airbrush. It either blows air up to one point and then it suddenly blows paint. And if you're doing this, you're playing with your finger, then you can create paint spiders all over the place. So I have to practice a little bit more with this, to practice my finger to slow movements, slow and gentle movements, so I can spray paint better my subjects. And that's it. Other than that, I have just brush painted the tires with rubber black as usual, and nothing more. Now, what is my next step, you may ask? Because that's the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. My next step is to assemble the tracks. I am going to assemble the tracks, wrap them all around the moving gear, and I am going to leave them, unglued from one side. I am going to try to make them removable from the whole thing, because I want to paint them. Update time, guys, and I am very pleased with the results. As you can see, here is the one side, of course, of the tracks. I have given it the sag needed, since there is no ground underneath it. I supposed that the tracks would sag a lot. And here is the other side. I have also painted the tracks. I don't know if you can see here. I have given them a coat of Vallejo's track primer 304, and nothing more for the time being. Okay, about the tracks now. I used a larger number of individual track links to give this side an excess sag. I think that I have used 5 or 6 more, to be honest with you. Pre-positioning of the suspension has helped me to do that. I was building tracks in sections, and then I was placing them on top of the suspension of the road wheels to give them the desired shape, and here we are. Now, what's my next step with this, guys? I can go multiple steps. I can follow multiple routes. To be honest with you, I can finalize the groundwork onto the diorama, or I can continue with the painting and weathering of the T34. Either both of them are things that I can do separate with each other, that they won't affect the whole thing, the whole diorama. To be honest with you, I don't know yet what I wanna do, in which part I want to work with next. I am probably going to work with the battle damage, apply the fire damage effects, or try to apply them, since this will be my first time applying something like this, but I will have to contemplate a little bit more. I also think that since I have delayed to give you guys an update, I am obligated to wrap this episode up. With all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode, we will probably start working either on the groundwork or the fire damage and further weathering of our T34. We will see, as I've said. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Demon, signing out.